Hello, hello again. So we're back, and we're going to be continuing off from where we last left off, talking about this whole collection thing and just random videos that kind of keep you entertained while there's nothing to do in this game. Oh no. Trying to keep you, because apparently, let's be honest, you guys want to watch these more videos of Goosebumps HorrorTown that I'm willing to provide. I just don't know what to do. So, here, why not do this, right? So, yeah, this is the part 2 to this collection. So, let's go ahead and continue on right there and head back. So, the next level after what you just kind of described in the beginning is going over here to Conrad's place. Now, this is not really Conrad's place per se, but this is actually something I want to show off, which is the an abominable snow monsters little ice cave fridge thing. It's interesting because the actual thing is like frozen shut. The snowman's fridge is what they call it. And he looks exactly like he does in the film. And this is based, so this is weird. So Conrad is not based off of the book that this is basically referencing. He actually comes from another book that will be mentioned later on, which is right next door here. But he basically is not originally from this book, but he got introduced into the game within this book. But the Abominable Snowman here is from the book The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. And that was a weird story. It's a very odd one. All right, let's click on the random guy over here. Okay, there you go. So let's have this summon up right here for now, and afterwards we'll show up with Conrad. So as you can see, the monster form for Conrad is that he is a wizard. Don't you know he's a weirder. He's a ice wizard, as it's implied. So in the story, that this game is referencing on. He basically follows just like he does within his book counterpart, but he actually comes from a book, Beware the Snowman, which is another update that will be talked about later on. But he got introduced during the Snowman of Pasadena. Now, Conrad, it's weird in his monster form, he's like a big wizard with a long beard and whatnot, but then once he's not in his monster form, he actually is more of a lumberjack, so like normal kind of guy here. Now, Conrad is like a hermit of sorts. He kind of lives on his own in the woods. He's like a mountain man, and he's like a mountain man. And he's apparently Mr. I live in the woods alone, leave me alone kind of deal. But in this whole game, it's implied that what he does is that he actually uses ice magic, and he kind of absorbs the magic of the snow monster in order to get his powers, and also the snowman in the snowman area that I'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, that's him in a nutshell. He's basically a lumberjack slash mountain man, best way to describe him. He's basically on his own, don't bother him kind of deal. Although he's kind of like looks like a guy you don't want to mess with. He's not evil. It's not implied that. He's more like he wants to inherit his power, but he also protects humans from certain things. Because, again, we've seen in the books he helped Dustin with Lucy when she got frozen shut, which, by the way, you only got to see that once, just like the bunny animation, which still bugs me. But I digress. Maybe I'll come back in some other update. Right, but there's that. But he also helps when it comes to the other books there too. But anyways, he has some stuff here like a lot of stuff you would expect: chop down trees, sharpen axe, carve firewood, harmonica, perform spells. So he has some tasks that basically you would expect him to do. But we're gonna have him perform magic spells to kind of show off his true form of being a wizard, as you would expect someone like him to show off. So now we're going to talk about another scene that we talked briefly on number 2, or the first one, and that is Nila. Nila is a scene here, this scene in particular, so this is what it looks like. And this is the if I can click it again. The buried pyramid. So for some reason, this is weird because it's supposed to be like, oh, this pyramid is buried underground, but normally if that were to work, you would have it be like a pit and then have like the pyramid poking out. But I digress, but whatever. This is the buried pyramid, quote unquote, and this is Nila. Nila was represented in the book, and was the only kind of mummy story that was adapted from the main original books onto TV, and it was following the same thing, where Nila had. It's weird because Nila has a disguised form, and it's discovered that, oh yeah, I'm actually I'm the sister to Prince Karoo, and in the story, or in this game, Prince Karoo always would say like, Nila, Nila, because Nila is the sister to, the prince who's a mummy. But she, on the other hand, is more of a humanoid monster scene character who has magic Egyptian powers, where when she scares people, weird ghost monster pops up. So let's see, maybe we'll get a good picture over here. Yeah, so you get this weird ghost monster coming up. I don't know what this ghost monster is for, but there it is. But no, I don't want to click on Lucy's house. Yeah, there you go. I got some based on that. She's also very short, like her brother, and not very useful like her brother. But what can you expect from a monster like that? But yeah, not much to talk about with her. She's more or less just kind of like, she's there. They didn't really expand upon it, but whatever. All right, let's talk about some fun ones. Let's talk about Theo. Oh yeah, Theo. There he is. Theo Gordon. There he is right there, aka Murder the Clown. Theo is an interesting... No, not the creepy tree, please. Thank you. Theo is an interesting character because in the book, I believe he was supposed to be like... I have not read the Nightmare on Clown Street, to be honest with you. But if I remember correctly with the story, it's interesting because Theo is supposed to be a good guy, I think, and he's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to pretend to know because I have not read that series of books, which I think is like Most Wanted, which is weird because Most Wanted is supposed to be... That's another for another day. I digress. But yeah, in this game though, I'm not sure if he's actually based on an actual design description of him in the books. However, the movie design, like his monster form, his clown form, 100% is based off of the one in the films, and then that's also been used as of late for any time he appeared in video game format. So that's that there. As you can look at him, he's kind of disheveled. He looks like a broken man. He is the superintendent of the school, so he's basically that kind of person. That's his role. In the original, in the story, he was kind of like... well, back in the day, it's like, oh yeah, he was a drunk and he was drinking and he was hiccuping, like like you would see drunk people do in the movies. But they decided to take that out because I guess make it more friendly for kids. But I don't know. Yeah, they changed a lot of things, But in the story for the game, it's interesting because the way he became Murder the Clown was through an original character, Silent Jenny. Silent Jenny is an original interesting character as well in the story because she's a mime, so she doesn't talk, yet Theo understands her, or I think she does, because he's like, oh, what's that? I don't know if I should. And it's like, oh, well, okay, if you want me to, I'll pretend to be a clown for you. So yeah, he turns into a clown because Silent Jenny told him to. Ironically enough, and then because of that, he ended up he actually got out of his depression because it's implied that he actually lost. He got a divorced, and he got depressed by that. Then he meets this woman, and now he finds his new life as a creepy clown, and because of that, he it's kind of implied that the monsters clowns in this story uh they're actually based on other characters too. So it's like, we are clowns because we're trying to hide from what we're really scared of. So this is our second chance to be who we really are in the inside, right? So yeah, so basically his tasks are like, pass time, replace old pencils, grab lunch for the road, blah blah blah. Perform after school, jumps, animations for the circus. Something interesting I'll mention here too. Put the haunted car up for sale. Yes. So, we don't get a haunted car book for some strange reason, but we do have the haunted car as a item, and it's a wasted opportunity. It could have been the scare scene, but maybe they could do that in the future. They have done that in the past, so yeah. For now, yeah, put the haunted car up for sale. That's the thing he does. So I'll put him to a task with him doing some interesting animations. But for now, we're gonna hold off and go to his scare scene, which is Coco Clown. Call it not college, but Coco Clown Academy or something like that. It's interesting because I believe this is the same name that it was used in the book. Someone can correct me on that because, again, I have not read the book entirely, so I might be mistaken on that fact. But I believe that has some sort of truth to it. So let's just load this in real quick here and have some fun. Gotta love how the game loads real slow, but hopefully it'll pop in. Come on, you can do it, game. Come on, just show me the building. Show me the building. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so this is the building in question. Now, what's weird is that originally Theo came in this weird carousel that was exclusive within his bundle, but originally he came in that, and then that turned into his house, and then he became a character, and then this became a scene. It's weird. No, this became a scene, like this whole house. It's weird because they turned this house into like a circus house, right? So it's weird. Yeah, so it's Coco Clown Academy. Clown with a K, so it means evil. But yeah, these are the sidekick clowns in particular. Their designs are actually based off of the cover art for the book. This is based off of. Silent Jenny is an original character. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. She is an original character in the story, and they got Murder the Clown here, which is based off of the ones in the. No, I don't know if he's what he looks like in the books, but this is based on the design that the movie did, and it's kind of been like, okay, this is how he looks like from now on. What's weird about the designs for Murder the Clowns is that originally the designs, according to what I've seen in Art Academy or the Art Station portfolio page, apparently they had some weird design where they were holding knives or something like that, but they changed it to like funny hammers, like basically like this in the game. So they're like weirdly hammer stuff. Whereas Jenny carries this big mallet with her that's kind of like going for more of a, I think I mentioned this before during the quest line for her. By the way, that's that. For some reason, the Clown Academy is one of the high popular videos on my channel. I don't know why. It's not the main popular one, but it is a popular one. So, yeah. So I guess people love Murder the Clown. They love some clowns. That's So there's the Murder the Clown, basically looking just like he does in the story. The clowns here looking like they do in the book cover. I'm not sure what those clowns are supposed to be, by the way, like what they're referencing or who they're based off of, because I think they're just randos. And then, of course, you got Silent Jenny over here, who is, the mysterious woman that Theo falls in love with. And I do not believe, someone could correct me on this, but I do not think she is actually a character in the books. This isn't made up character for the game. But again, I might be mistaken, but I believe that is what is going on here. So there we go. So we're gonna have let's see what kind of clown thing I can have you do. We can have you do throwing knives or jump on the trampoline. Hold on. Let's see. Where are they right now? Where are they placed? Let's see if there's anything of a good position for, let's see here. Well, the trampoline is there. I do not see the dartboard Oh no, the dartboard's right there. Okay, so you're probably better off doing the dartboard because it's a better visualize. Yes, let's have you do darts. Yeah, let's play some darts. Yeah, so let's have Theo do that. So I'll have him go over here real quick. And then we'll look at our next character, which, according to my notes, oh, good. Oh, it's finally another main character that was made specifically for this game. So yeah, this is him going here. So that's his little animations, which is interesting because he does this, cool animation where he kind of he goes over here, throws the darts on the board like this, and then he kind of goes up and he kind of grabs them again. It's just kind of, that kind of shtick you kind of see in these kind of stories. So, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about him right now. Let's talk about Marty. Marty's our next character that got introduced. So he's got associated with the book Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls. He is not based off a character from that book. In fact, if anything, I think he's in one of the other main original characters Pixowl made specifically for this. What's been going on for some of these main characters? Most of them have been made in-house, and I think they're there to fit a role. So they wanted to have a character that would properly fit into a role of the books per se. Now, they kind of cleverly weaved them into another book that I'll mention because that book had a Marty in there. I'll talk about that when we get to that. But this is Marty. He is the Nelson Mutz of this game. A lot of Simpson references, as you can probably tell. But yeah, this guy, this kid, he is the bully of the bully. He doesn't care. He is not really that great. He is probably a bad kid. No one likes him. But surprisingly, he's actually courteous to his grandmother, who's taking care of her. So he does that. He has a job as a grocery clerk. And he tries to be a cool kid, oh yeah, I'm a bad boy, like a really bad boy. And he tends to kind of have his, does things with all the other kids to make him do his bidding and tries to be scary, but he's not really. But he's stubborn about it too. But Marty, although he's namely the bad kid, he tries to mess with people a lot, he will, if need to, he will assist, help people if he needs to. He's like, all right, fine, if it saves the world, I guess you can have me. He tries to make it the privilege of having me help you kind of deal. That kind of attitude of this kind of character, especially that he has that look to him. Also, his whole name is Marty Ricardo. It's an interesting name for a character, but there we go. So yeah, Marty here. He has a few things. He does his grocery shop, beat high score, do a prank, which I'm gonna probably have him do that. Show off some BMX stuff, run the vampire, junk bros, blah blah blah. And he does some tasks where he basically scares some kids. So yeah, that's basically it for him. Not much really else to talk about when it comes to fun facts. So there we go. We're gonna have him do his hold invisible groceries. Oh, I think there's a bug, but yeah, okay, yeah, we're gonna have him do this. I'm sure if he goes up or right, he should be fine. But let's find out. Let's see if he turns around. If magically will come back with groceries, because right now he's just kind of wearing an apron that's kind of walking like this. So and then that's a thing. I don't look at that. The bugs. Oh, yeah, see, there's the groceries. There they are. I was wondering where they are. Apparently, they just magically reappeared. But yeah, there it is. Before we talk about the scene here based off the Attack of the Graveyard Ghoul, I might as well talk about the other character that got associated with this scene, but it's also based on their own book, which is the Headless Ghost, Andrew Craw, which is right here. He is our only ghost character that looks like this, by the way, and I hate it because he really blends into this scene very well. And I get it. He's a ghost, so he's supposed to appear, he's supposed to kind of look like this. It's okay, I get that, but I can't see him. Even when the finger's pointing, like, oh, there he is. It's like, where is he? I can't, like, he's vaguely visible, right? It kind of sucks, but and I'm complaining about it because they went to the effort of making a human disguise dialogue for his quest line. I'm like, why don't you use that as his avatar, like walking around? And then when he does his stuff like search for missing heads, spin trick, and all that, just have him do that kind of stuff, right? But nah, screw that. Too much effort, too much work. But yeah. Andrew Craw. He's basically based off of, I think his inspiration is based off of the cover art to the book, but I also believe he's also based from the, if I'm trying to remember myself correctly, he's based off of from the actual episode is based off of. I might be mistaken, but it looks like that's what it's based from. The interesting story with Andrew Craw is that he was a spoiled kid within this house that was haunted, that is from this fisherman thing and whatever. It talks about it in this story. But anyways, the kid was a brat, and eventually the ghost decided to come for him and cut his head off. Hence the headless ghost. And what's really morbid is that there are some scenes, especially in the episodes, where it's like you get to see this kid, right? And it's like, oh wait, this is not really me. I'm using this other kid's head, and he takes the heads off. So it's like he's moving other people's heads in order to use it as his head replacement, and then it's revealed that his true head is just hiding somewhere in the back. It's like, okay, whatever, all right, whatever. Whatever. Don't think about it. So he has a bunch of animations here that's interesting. Like, he does a spin head trick, miss his head, throw ghost cat off the roof, which is a interesting animation, throwing one of the 9 lives of Mr. Mutfins Mittens off the cliff. So yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, that's that character. He basically from the books onto this show here this is based from. He's pretty much close to the source material, so he acts just like he does in the story. He's not like he's not really a brat per se, but he's like a troublemaker kid. Especially since the fact that he's like decapitate. Oh, oh yeah, no. There's another animation I could do to have him just Nah, I have lots of different memories to kind of talk about, but yeah, this is the scene, the creepy graveyard, based off the Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls. Now, what's interesting is that there is actual characters, brothers actually, that were actually the main villains of the Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls, and they have potential to kind of come back to the game as their own characters, but we'll have to wait and see how that works. But anyways, you got these weird designs here. You got this boomer zombie, this big boy, and then of course you got Andrew Craw coming from the graveyard. So the whole story with this is that apparently this is his graveyard and blah blah blah. Now, interesting fact: 2 of these zombies are actually from the original. Or when this game came out, this was originally how it worked. However, for some reason, the 3rd zombie is actually based off a design that was used for the Valentine's Night Fever update. And that's a weird update because that won't really become a book of its own, because it's actually utilizing mostly from another book that's going to be talked about later on, but whatever. But yeah, I might as well show this off. So let's go ahead here. So yeah, so as you can see, there's this one zombie. So there's like 2 zombies that are kind of doing this weird like zombie thing that you kind of expect them to do, like the all woo, But then you got this other zombie that does this, the thriller dance. So that's the dancing zombie. So as a confirmation, they're like, instead of adding the scene that was from the movie, because this was using this dancing zombie here, they decided to go like, nah, you know what? Nah. Oh, okay. Nice moves there. Nice moves there. Right. Oh, no. The game. Why you doing this to me, game? All right, whatever. So, there's that dancing zombies. Let's see. Yeah, so there's the other normal zombie. doing this here. I think this one, yeah, they actually have all these zombies have some interesting looks. So there's one normal one. There's one like this one that has this weird looking eye thing going on with them. There's the fat zombie for some strange reason. Yeah, so see, like you see this going on here. So I'm gonna see the other zombies before I click on that. Yeah, there it is. So there's the fat zombie who's slow because he's fat. And then you got Andrew Craw. And what's interesting with Andrew Craw is that he actually has a sword with him. So he's gonna whack people with stuff. Like, look at this. Hold on. Yeah, so he's like this. He has a sword trick. He's got to go like, ooh, yeah, look at me. Yeah, here's the big zombie. He looks like, you know what he looks like? He looks like the zombies that I played. Recently, I played a game, Lucy's Nightmares, and there's these zombies that kind of blow up because they have. That's the kind of zombies. I think that's what they were basing that off of. Then I'm thinking about it. Oh no. Oh god. So yeah, there's that scene. So I kind of killed some birds with one stone there. But, let's talk about another ghost girl, an interesting one. And that would be. Oh, hold on. Before I forget, I might as well have him do stuff, right? Let's have Andrew Craw. Let's have him think about life. Yeah, I think he needs to think about his life and where it was going on from now. The only reason I wanted to do this was because this is the best animation where he kind of does this. He's like, he puts his head near the guillotine and it just falls down. It's like, that's kind of morbid, but okay. Okay, game. Yeah, you do that. Oh god. All right. And there's this gross. I'm gonna stop picking on. Oh god. Oh no. All right, let's just focus on the game show. All right, let's talk about Sharon. Sharon comes from the book. No, not really, because I believe it's actually Hannah. And I think someone remind me, said like this is Moody Hannah, but yeah, this is Sharon. No, not that. This is Sharon. Sharon is the ghost from next. Well, in the she's supposed to be based off the ghost from next door. I think she is an original character that's implied to be into the story. I have to look at this again because I remember Stein was like, "Oh no, this is my daughter Hannah, and it's based from the book, Ghost from Next Door." Give me a sec. I have to fact check this. Okay, yeah. So I had to quickly check, and yes. So in the Goosebumps movie, Hannah is the ghost from next door, pretending to be Stein's daughter. Shannon is just a made-up character for this game that's supposed to be the ghost from next door. So yeah, Moody Hannah's best. So Sharon is based. The describer is that she's the goth girl, right? She's a typical kind of emo girl kind of thing. She's like, it's implied like in the when she was introduced, it's like, oh man, this is so boring. Like, whatever, kind of deal. But then it's like, wait, why are these kids disappearing? And it's revealed, oh wait, she's not. They're not disappearing. You are. And it's like, oh, but you're dead. You're actually a ghost because she's like, wait a minute, it's this how long it's been? It's been 30 years. And like, wait a minute, oh wow, how old are you? And it's so bizarre because in the story with Madame Doom, it's implied that her mother's old. And oh god, the game, man, the game. But yeah, she is the ghost girl. It's interesting because you only get to see the ghost girl form in the dialogue, but she's basically mostly human for the most part. She acts just like a typical teenage girl that you would expect that looks like this. And what's interesting is that she kind of accepted the fact that she is a ghost, like she's a ghost. But other than that, she's just like, yeah, I'm a ghost, but I'm gonna live my life as normal. So, like stuff like take a longboard ride or listen to music in bed, write stories, autobiography like Slappy, sleep, read a book, take photos. Um, Whatever that's supposed to be, training, hockey training, make snowmen, all the stuff you would expect a teenage girl to do. So like, let's do some hockey. Yeah, hockey skates. So this is one of the animations with her kind of doing this. So yeah. So she has this. It's weird because I believe this was another taken animation for one of the other quests for Marty, but whatever. Interesting enough. That's that there. Let's see what else is next before I make my, yeah, okay. So might as well talk about this character before I end it because, we're talking about ghosts. Let's end off on one last one, which is, oh, hello, G. Over here, this is the Gravehound ghost, Greyhound Hound, if this loads. It's interesting because this is one of the scenes that kind of came from the story, from the original, from the Goosebumps HorrorTown, or not the Goosebumps HorrorTown, Horrorland add-on. And, hold on, give me a sec, I'm going to let this load in. Haha, sorry about that. Alright, got it right here. Yeah, this is the Gravehound hounds, or blue hound, I don't know. It's this thing here. So this is the ghost dogs, ghost hounds thing. And I think this came from the book When the Ghost Dog Howls, which is from the Horrorland books. It's weird because I originally thought, oh, this is based on the Barking Ghost. No, it's not. That's its own weird story. But no, this one is a scene, as you can see here. So we'll have this summon here with this doggo. The story with this is that weirdly Marty comes across this dog. I don't know. I have not read the book, so I don't know fully on exactly what this is based off of, but I'm going to guess it has something probably to do with the fact that the dog is a ghost, and the kid from Horrorland finds this. I don't know. It's been a while, man. I know the original books, but I kind of came in and out when it comes to new ones. I really shouldn't be reading them, but yeah. In the story in this game, the ghost dog itself, if I remember correctly, was a pet that Marty ended up getting because it just so happened to be there. So, because I'm a bad boy and I get a dog, and Sharon's like, "Oh, are you sure about that? It looks kind of weird." And sure enough, the dog is not really a blue dog. It's a ghost dog, and yeah, it's weird too because we actually got to see this thing chat a little bit when it comes to when it came to triggers, not triggers, sorry, my bad. The other character Drool's questline when he got to talk to the other animals, and quite interesting. But yeah, that's this scene, and not much there. So you know what? I think that's pretty lengthy in itself. I feel like this whole collection series is gonna be a bit of a lengthy one in its own dedicated playlist by this point. It seems like, because I'm not even all the way there. I'm just like 1/4. Like, oh man, oh boy, there's a lot to talk about, but we'll get at it when we get at it. So yeah, I'm going to end this part here, and we'll continue on with the next one in a little bit. So yeah, see you then.